For those who dare to read this tome and learn the ways of sleight of hand, beware you serfs and kings of throne, that each mark you understand. For one error on your part, or those brave souls who mock its word, will render null the magic art, and quail beneath the writer's sword. All alone will be your fate, for all who read the signs too late.
Well, have you the book?
Indeed I have, sir. And might I say, what a fine book.
Never mind that. Give it to me.
Begging your pardon, sir, but I put myself at considerable risk in obtaining this here book.
You have been paid handsomely for your efforts. Give it to me, so I may be on my way.
So I was thinking, this must be a very important book, if you get my meaning.
You haven't read it, have you?
Read? Me, sir? I'm not educated like your good self.
The book, then. Give it to me.
Important enough for another 20 shillings? If you get my meaning, sir.
20 That is absurd. You've already been paid 30 for your services.
Well, things being what they are, my sick wife and 5 hungry mouths to feed and all, you do understand, I'm sure.
We agreed a price. 30 shillings is more than enough for the likes of you.
The likes of me, sir? Why, I is a professional man, the best in the business. There ain't no house in the world I can't get into.
You're a common thief, nothing more.
10 shillings. Think of the children and my poor sick wife.
Very well. 10 shillings. The book. Now.
I'd like to see the courier money first, if I might be so bold.
the book.
A pleasure to have made your acquaintance, sir.
I assure you, the pleasure is all yours.
Suit yourself, mister.
Roll up for the greatest magic show on earth, the great Ricardo. My lords, ladies, and gentlemen, the great Ricardo would like to sincerely welcome you all to this extravaganza of magic. mystery, and wonder. Prepare to be shocked and amazed. I guarantee you will not believe your eyes. So without further ado, let us be on with our show. Look, this is where you're meant to applaud, remember? You have to get it right for when we do the show for real. For my first illusion, I shall produce a deck of playing cards from this empty top hat. May I have a volunteer from the audience, please? Laura! Laura. You get to choose the card, volunteer. All I do is engineer the entertainment for all. Can you please show your card to the audience? Now put your card back in the deck. Is this your card?
Yes, it is.
If my last display of magic was not good enough, then feast your eyes on my most grandest of illusions, the amazing disappearing girl. Would be so kind just to step inside. Give this trick a little fix and boost it with a magic mix. Give this girl a true disguise, not visible to human eyes. This is where you're supposed to applaud, Laura. Laura? Mom! Dad!
painful.
Who are you? How long have you been standing there? How did you get in here?
The door was unlocked, so I let myself in. I'm Kathy Miller. Are you Richard Hall?
Who wants to know?
I do. I'd like to speak to Richard Hall.
Are you here to ogle the freak?
So you are him?
Yeah, I'm Richard Hall. Freak who locked himself away practicing ancient magic.
And you think that makes you a freak?
That's what they say.
Who says? You're a hard man to track down.
Am I?
I dropped by your house a couple of times. Your neighbour said that your family owned this place, so I thought I'd give it a try. Do you sleep here?
Most of the time. There's less distractions. What do you want?
What is this?
I'm sorry, who are you?
You really don't remember, do you?
Should I?
We went to school together. They used to call me Kit Kat. I'm with the Record now.
Newspaper.
Is that a problem? When we spoke on the phone, you said it wasn't a problem.
I don't remember speaking to anyone on the phone.
I won't take up much of your time. I can see that you're very busy. Wow. There must be articles from all over the world on here.
What is it that you want?
The same as everyone else, I guess. To know what really happened that day. The day that your sister disappeared.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Miss Miller.
Please call me Kathy.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Kathy. But I've said all I'm going to say about that day. You can read about it, though. I'm sure your newspaper keeps old copies. You don't need me for that.
What's the red string for? Do you think that there's links between some of these?
I told you, I don't want to talk about it. Now can you please leave?
Can I just ask you one more question?
If it'll get you to leave, then be my guest.
Do you honestly believe that one day you'll open that crate and she'll be in there? Don't you think that the right thing to do is to talk about it? Get it off your chest, what really happened.
I know what happened.
You think you know what happened. Don't you think that your parents have the right to know the truth about what really happened to their daughter?
I told them the truth. My parents, the police, therapists, everyone. I know what happened, and nothing will ever change that. You think you're the first person to ask me these questions? You think you're the first hack to come walking through my door looking for a scoop? I've said all I have to say. She climbed into that crate. And when I opened it, she was gone.
What's that book?
It's nothing. It's just research.
What are you researching?
You ask a lot of questions.
Comes as part of the job, I'm afraid. Why didn't you tell me about it? Maybe I can help.
You can't. No one can.
Why do you say that?
Because it was me who did it. So I have to be the one to undo it.
And do what?
The spell I put on Laura to make her disappear.
Does it say that there? In that book? Can I see it?
No. It's too dangerous. I would like you to leave now.
What are all these other books? Are they part of your
I
research?
said, can you please leave?
Okay. Okay, look, I admit it. We didn't really talk on the phone. I tried to call you, but your line was dead.
I must have forgotten to pay the bill.
Look, I'm sorry, okay? Sometimes I just find it difficult to take no for an answer.
You don't say.
I think I get it from my mother, though she begs to differ. I just want to hear your side of the story.
It won't help you sell more papers. No one's interested anymore.
I am.
But why?
Because you've been carrying this weight around on your shoulders for over 15 years. Isn't it about time that it was finally lifted?
It's not going to be any different from what you already know.
It will be different, because it'll be coming from you, the only person that really knows the truth.
My story's never changed. Never will. I cast the spell from this book, and she disappeared. I've been trying to get her back ever since.
Just put yourself in their shoes for one moment. If someone told you that, would you believe them? Well, would you?
What do you want me to say? That I should have lied and told them that the boogeyman took her? I told them the truth. Nothing but the truth.
But you understand why they don't believe you, don't you?
Of course I do.
Why they think you've suppressed what really happened. Created a fantasy to help you cope.
I know it sounds crazy, but it is the truth. It's not a fantasy. I know there is a spell in here that can reverse what happened.
And even after 15 years, you still believe that. Show me. Show me that the magic in that book is real. If you refuse to show people, then how do you expect them to believe you? What? What is it?
I've never been able to interpret any of the other passages in the book.
Never?
Never. I know there is a spell in here that can bring her back. I just can't figure it out.
Yet you still believe that that book will bring her back.
That's what magic's about. Belief. You have to believe it'll happen, and then it will happen.
Let me see the book. Please? Maybe we can work it out together.
Together.
Why not? Two minds have got to be better than one, right? Please? Please?
This book is extremely dangerous. Don't read anything from it aloud, okay?
Okay. How does a 12-year-old boy come across a book like this?
Found it under the floorboards of a very old house.
What made you look under there in the first place?
Dunno. I just knew it was there. Like it was calling to me.
Calling to you. What house?
It was in my family for generations. It's been demolished now.
What language is this?
It's a very rare ancient language. Hasn't been spoken in thousands of years.
Well, then if it's so rare, how did you...
How did I decipher the spell that I cast on Laura to make her disappear?
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I was just reading it and one day the words just formed on the page.
Didn't you find that rather odd?
I was 12 years old. I found it fascinating.
What about this part here? This is in English.
Which part?
That, just... It's so strange. I could have sworn that this part was in English.
What did it say?
Something about believing or belief? I don't know, I only caught a glimpse.
What else?
Give me a second. So we have to believe. If we believe? Something I say. Come on, can I see the book again? Quickly. Richard, write this down.
What is it?
Go get my pad, quickly. Believing is seeing, but it's not what we're taught. So our lives remain chained to reason through thought. If the chains you can break, light will reign, not the dark. In a world that is born, not of mind, but of heart.
How did you do that?
I don't really know. I just cleared my mind and concentrated really hard on the page, and the words just seemed to form.
I found this in the book. It was written by my great-great-great-grandfather in 1866. I've never shown this to anyone. Not the police, not my parents, anyone.
Are you sure?
Please, read it.
To whomever it may concern. By the end of today, by fair means or foul, I anticipate reacquiring a book of unspeakable evil. This ancient and innocent-looking book took my only daughter away and refuses to return her through its trickery of letters and languages. Should any unfortunate soul ever take possession of this book, I give fair warning. Don't try to decipher or read out loud any part of it. It will be your undoing. I write this now as I am to leave these shores presently with a commission in the cavalry and an empire to police. Once I return, I will again do battle with this evil manuscript in an effort to return my beloved daughter Mary to the sanctuary of her mother's loving arms. Captain Allenby Hall, Royal Dragoon Guards, February 1866.
happened to him too.
He was killed not 2 weeks after arriving in India. Never returned to finish his work.
That's so sad.
I told you that book was dangerous. Evil.
You're not kidding.
Now do you believe me?
I really don't know what to say.
What do you think it means?
I think it means that in order to read the book, you first need to believe in the magic it contains. You have to go with what your heart says, not your head. You said it yourself. If you believe it will happen, then it'll happen.
But I do believe. Nobody believes in that book more than I do.
But do you truly believe, Richard? Or has your belief been eroded over the years of hopelessly searching for answers? When I came in that door, you didn't look like a man that believed. You looked like someone that had accepted defeat.
You don't believe in magic and the word still appeared to you.
Maybe I do. Just didn't know it until now. You need to rekindle your childhood sense of wonder when everything was possible. Even magic.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, the great Ricardo would sincerely like to welcome you to this magical extravaganza of wonder and mystery. Prepare to be shocked and amazed. You won't believe your eyes. Now, without further ado, let's get on with the show. For the lady,
Thank you.
and for the record, Kit Kat, I do remember you. I had a massive crush on you. And for my second trick, I will need a volunteer from the audience. Miss? Would you like to pick a card? If you'd like to show your card to the audience. Card back in the deck. And by the power of magic, now, take the card from the top of the deck. But remember, your belief in magic is what makes this work. Is that your card?
Yes. That's amazing.
And now, for the pièce de résistance. The amazing reappearing girl.
You can do this, Richard.
The line twixt here and there was crossed, and one once here, now there is lost. These words the other side will spurn. Behold with haste, thy will return. Laura, is that you? It's me, Richard. Don't be afraid.
You're not Richard. You're too big to be Richard. Who are you?
I'm Kathy. You must be Laura.
I am. Where did you come from?
I'm sure she'd like to ask you the very same question.